On?
I had to show producer Gary how to do it.
Okay.
He got me. On. Welcome to the CCO Pre-Show for episode 495.
495?
Yeah, I almost said 6.
Holy shit.
Yes, we are here. We are brought to you by the wonderful patrons at patreon.com/CCO podcast.
Whether they like it or not.
And a bunch of them are frickin' nerds. They like Final Fantasy.
I know, right?
Do you like Final Fantasy?
Yes.
You've
I am
heard-
also a nerd, yes.
You've heard that Magic the Gathering is making a Final Fantasy set?
I have been informed.
Okay, that's good because I have some of my favorite cards to talk about today. I have a couple cards that Okay, here's the thing. And I'll just get it out there.
Okay.
For the last few weeks, everybody, I think, thinks that this is like my favorite set of all time, and I know everything about Final Fantasy.
I have been of the mind, yes.
Well,
That is how I also feel.
I'm going to get out with it here.
Okay.
I have never played Final Fantasy before.
Oh, shit. Really?
Never.
Not a single one?
Not one.
Have you ever watched the stream on the Dufferin Avenue Twitch channel?
I've been on the stream.
Oh, shit.
Never mind watching it. I've walked past the camera several times and it showed my junk.
No one saw it, of course.
Yeah,
Yeah.
too small.
I
We
guess
don't got
that-
enough
that would-
zoom. We
That
don't
would
got-
explain why we haven't been banned.
Yes, we don't have
Yes.
enough zoom.
Okay.
And I don't really know anything about any of the characters in this set. So when I look at the set, I'm looking at it card by card instead of as a whole. Does it capture Final Fantasy tropes and themes, and does it give you the feel like when we got Lord of the Rings? That was my thing, and
Yeah.
I looked to make sure that the set captured some of the themes of that book: friendship or fellowship, life and death, and all the stuff, right?
Walking.
And walking, yeah, there's lots of walking,
Yeah.
lots of walking in that book.
They do lots of walking.
Lots of.
It
What's good
sounds-
for your heart?
It sounds like I'm making fun of it, but they walk a long way for a
Yes.
long time.
At least 500 miles,
Yeah.
and then 500 more. I don't have that kind of deeper knowledge of this set. So when I'm looking at it and reviewing it, I'm looking at it from a card by card standpoint, and that gives me the opportunity not to say, "Oh my God, I'm going to build this Cloud deck. Oh my God, I'm going to build this Tifa Lockhart deck. Oh my God." Listen, I even knew some names.
You knew some of the
I knew
names.
some names.
You
Yeah,
got 'em.
yeah,
You
yeah.
got
I'm not going to
there.
build this soldier deck. Oh. But it lets me say, hey, this card is going to go really well in this deck that I already have.
Yeah.
Oh, baby. And
Yeah.
there's a few that I wanted to just share, pick your brain about, talk about. And ultimately, like, the set feels very, and this isn't a knock,
You
it
can knock it,
feels
it's fine.
it feels mid, as in it's got zombies and dragons and demons,
Mhm.
clerics, like
Yep.
all the magic-y stuff.
No goblins.
Oh.
Nope.
Do they got goblins in Final Fantasy?
Of course they do.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah.
So they shortchanged your boy?
Sure did.
Frick.
No preview card. No palette of free product for me to open.
I
And then,
did-
and then complain about on social media.
Well, that is a thing that they might not want you to do.
Well, some other people did it. I'm just saying. I'm not calling anybody out. But
I did ask for a free preview card. We haven't had one since, I think, Lord of the Rings. Man, what a great day.
it was a good day. It was a good card too. I even played that card in the deck for a while.
I played 2 of the 3 cards. We got that one Ent Draft base, and I never played that card. Not even in limited. But anyways, I wanted to pick your brain on, like, okay, we got kicker, we got flashback, we got clerics and
Sort of like living weapon ish.
yeah. So like the set is going to be integrated into EDH, and the superstars are going to be superstars. I think you're probably going to talk about them tomorrow.
I concur. I actually probably not.
Oh
Yeah,
yeah,
I've only got a few of the legends on my to talk about list.
oh
Believe it or not, yeah. Well, I didn't want to focus too heavy on like here's all the new decks because so many people I think already kind of know which ones are the best. You know what I mean? Like, how many Bahamut decks are we gonna get? Probably quite a few.
Yeah, that one guy with the big long sword who's an aristocrat in the command zone.
Yeah,
That guy.
that guy too.
He said his name, I'd say, yeah, I totally knew that.
Is it Sephiroth? He
Yeah,
has a big, long
I
sword.
totally knew that. Yeah.
You're gonna see a bunch of Tifa Lockhart decks, I'd imagine, because it's just
Simping.
yeah, it's both simping and like a really easy and like inexpensive deck to make because you already have all the cards at home.
Oh,
You just need to put Mossborn Hydra in your command zone, and all of a sudden your deck is amazing.
Ooh.
And that's what you're doing with Tifa Lockhart.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's lots of that going on. So I just
Yep.
kind of picked cards that I personally kind of want, and I picked out a few of them that I thought kind of merited attention that are like special attention that I want to take a look at.
Yeah. I've got my first one like that.
Okay.
And it's got an ability that I really like in flashback,
Okay.
which, I like doing butt stuff.
I know you do.
That's the graveyard for those who are never experimented.
If you're new here.
If you're new, take it in the butt. And
No kink shaming in the nation.
no, from father to son. Wow, what a terrible card name to follow up what I just said.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a tutor for a vehicle. And it costs white 1. Search your library for a vehicle, reveal it, put it into your hand. If it was cast from your graveyard, put it into the battlefield instead.
How much does it cost to flash it back?
1,000.
Okay.
Yes, white. Is that 4 whites? It's 7. 7 total.
That's a fucking lot, man.
That's lots, but if I can get like a Parhelion 2 or like any vehicle that I
don't
can
know,
give
man.
haste to,
For 7 mana, I feel like you just play the fucking Parhelion too.
not if it's in my deck.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
This card represents Parhelion 2, 2, and 3.
Ooh.
Yeah, so I could get it.
This guy.
Get it like 3 times. So I like this one. I like that it's a dad like giving a car, like giving a son his inheritance, and it's a freaking car. I think that's cool. It's like a little story. I was hoping that you would be able to tell me anything about it, but if you can't, that's okay.
Oh, this is Noctis, I believe is his name. He's the main character of Final Fantasy 15.
Sure.
Now, I don't know much about the story about that game, but I do know that it's 3 dudes kind of in that car going on like a road trip around like
Yeah.
whatever the world is called.
Yeah.
And there's one guy that takes selfies of himself and they fight big monsters. And that's what I know about Final Fantasy 15.
Oh, selfies and big monsters.
And I knew that his name was Noctis.
That's like Uncle Brando standing in front of the mirror.
Yeah.
Oof. Selfies and big monsters.
Yep.
I like restoration magic.
Why?
I assume that that's a Final Fantasy thing.
Oh, yeah. Any of the ones that are magic, there's like lightning magic and fire magic.
Yeah.
There's like levels. There's cure. Using this example, that's cure. That's like your basic cure spell. It cures a little bit.
Yes.
And there's cura. That cures a little more.
Hold on.
Curaga, that does
we would say
lots.
restoration magic, instant for just white,
right.
and it's got tiered.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if that's Final Fantasy, but we know what tiers are. Tier 1 costs 0 extra mana. Target permanent gains indestructible and hexproof till EOT.
Pretty good.
Yeah, that's like white counterspell if you target my guy.
Yep.
That's totally fine.
Snakeskin Veil gets played all the time. This is basically the same card.
Yep. If I could go Cura, okay. That's for 1 extra, so 2 total now. Target permanent gains, hexproof, indestructible, and I gain 3 life. Sure. Or Curaga
Correct.
for 5 total. Permanents. I control gain hexproof and indestructible, and I gain 6 life.
Sure.
That's fantastic. Remember, not as an awesome card that's going to go on every commander deck, and I'm going to build a deck around it, but in my life gain deck, where I care about swinging in with advisors and monks and artificers, and I can go, oh yeah, all my guys are hexproof and indestructible, and they all get +6/+0 for 5 mana
That's
at
pretty good.
instant frickin' speed. Yeah, this is going to be a win con. This is like, oh my god, 6 life.
It's a Crater Hoof.
Yuck, Crater Cura Hoof. Did I get there?
That's not bad, actually.
Okay,
I like that
okay,
one.
okay,
I
got
do
there.
like that. I do
Okay.
like that, yes.
Okay. Yeah, you know what? Lots of white cards that I actually was interested in.
What do you think of this cycle here? The crystals.
Ooh, the crystal
Do
cycle.
we like them? There's one for each color.
Yes.
And they cost color 2.
Yes.
And they make the according color
Yes.
cost 1 less spells of the type.
Yes.
Then they double something. In white's case, it's life gain.
Life gain.
In green, you get a bunch of extra counters.
You get like an extra +1/+1 counter.
Red gives the fucking haste. Whatever.
It doubles the soonness in which you can attack with it.
Stupid.
Math checks out though, doesn't it?
It does double the soonness in which you can attack. And
Yes.
then for like color 4, and I think tap, it does something, gain life, put creature into play for free, and do the thing, right? Like it does a bunch of stuff. What do you think of those?
I like them. The white one gains you flying and lifelink on all your guys until end of turns.
Pretty good.
Goes right back to what I was just saying about my life gain deck. That's cool. I like the blue one because it's a mill card.
Yes.
I'm not going to put it in my mill deck because it doesn't quite make the cut. If it was 3 mana,
What?
maybe I would. It costs 4. I can already combo kill you on turn 3 or 4 just with my commander.
Oh.
Yeah, so like that's the problem when you're making like a competitive deck is cards that you like that are cool don't always go in.
Yeah.
Because it's like, man, I can't find space for this pet card. Blue 2, blue spells cost 1 less. If you mill twice that much,
No.
like Brewback.
Mill an additional 4.
Oh, mill an additional 4, yeah, because Brewback, too good. Too good, mill, too
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Yeah, fuck around.
Well, I
And-
mean, that makes you just win with Grindstone, too.
Sure. And-
Probably, because you're going to get colors that match in 6 cards.
Oh, yeah,
You're
yeah.
probably
Wow.
down.
I do play Grindstone in my Brewback deck. Oh, man, it's good in 2-color CEDH. Or it's good in, you know what card's really freaking good? Tasha's Hideous Laughter.
Yeah.
They exile cards from the top of their library until they hit 20 CMC.
Yeah.
The more competitive you get, I got a guy for like 50 cards one time. He's like, oh, 0 drop, 0 drop, 0 drop. Anyways, yeah, then the blue one's like mill equal to cards in your hand or something.
Yeah, I forget how
Whatever.
that works. It doesn't matter.
But I do like them. And
I think they're kind of neat. I don't know if they're going to see a bunch of play, or I don't know. I don't really think I'm going to play them. But hey, I think that they're kind of interesting that they're there. And I'm glad the crystals were represented and got some love. Unlike my girl Ferris, who's my favorite character from Final Fantasy V, not even appearing in the art on a card.
Ferris, is she made out of iron?
No, she's a pirate. She's
Oh.
a pirate queen with purple hair, and she's all jacked. She goes, "Nyar," and she talks like a pirate. It's awesome.
Oh.
Yeah. And she has a friend named Hydra who lives in the ocean, and she pulls her pirate ship along when there's no wind.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right. Speaking of ships, my next card, cargo ship. Another vehicle. I swear, I'm not all about vehicles, but lately I am.
You're about vehicles and mill and advisors. Those are the only things that you like.
No.
I figured you out, man.
No.
You figured it out. Archimandrite, mill deck, vehicle deck, Cascade deck.
Oh, I do like Cascade.
Yeah.
I do like Cascade. Okay, so this is a cargo ship. It's flying Vig 2/3 for 2. So that's pretty cool. Cruise for 1. That's pretty good. And it taps for a colorless that you can only spend on artifact shit.
Sure.
I think this is a good little card.
It's a fine card.
In my vehicle deck, it's a 2-drop mana rock that gives me a mana to cast more.
Vehicles.
Yeah, or mana rocks. Or my commander, because she's an artifact.
There you go.
Yeah.
Fine.
It's Brea. I know I can't cast her with colorless, but like if she dies.
Yeah, you will have to cast her for colorless eventually.
Yeah. Yeah. So I like that one. And you know what? Because it's a standard set, I always try and pick through and see like, oh, this is a good little common, or this is a cool little Dreams of Laguna.
Dreams of Laguna. Laguna is the main. Fuck, everybody's played Final Fantasy VIII if they're going to. Laguna is Squall's dad.
Oh,
In
ruined it.
I know. In
Oh.
Final Fantasy VIII, and there's
Fuck.
there's like these sequences where Squall like and his party, like they fall into like a dream sort of state, and they relive events of Laguna, and the black guy there is Kiros, and the big fat guy that's Ward,
mm-hmm.
and they're like dude buddies. They're soldiers in this army in a war, and like you follow them around, and you see some of
Whoa.
the events that like made the world all up. And everybody said that he should be the main character of the game because he's a much more likable character. And you know what? It's true. Oh, he's
Oh.
an idiot also. He's also a fucking idiot.
The card is good. Surveil 1, then draw a card. And it has flashback and is an instant for blue 1. Like that card's good.
Yeah.
If you play like Think Twice, if you play, I'm not comparing it to Brainstorm and Ponder and Preordain because those are on a different level because it costs 1 mana. I know that. But decks that want those cards and Think Twice and Deep Analysis,
Deep Anal.
Deep Analysis, yeah, this card goes right. And Consider is another one.
Yep.
And Alchemy, what's the Alchemy one with flashback? Forbidden Alchemy. That's another one.
Oh yeah, yes,
yeah,
I do.
yeah.
I
This
did play
is
that card.
this is just one of those.
I don't play those cards, Ryan. How the hell am I supposed to know that shit?
Yeah, big shout out to Lunar Whale, just because any card with whale, I like to make a your mother's huge ass joke to Uncle Brando.
Right.
So
I also want to point out that that's another vehicle you pointed out.
no, no.
What do you think of Quistus Trape?
What?
That one.
Oh, I did see this.
Quistus Trape. Blue Mage, for the record. My favorite Final Fantasy class.
Gives me Samus Aran vibes. It's a human wizard. When Quistus Trape?
That's how I always say your name.
Man, that sounds venereal-ish. When it enters, you may cast target instant or sorcery card from your graveyard and mana cast any type, and then you exile it. It's kind of like...
It's like Snapcaster Mage at home.
Yes. A little bit different. It costs 3.
Doesn't have flash.
But it lets you cast the thing from your graveyard, not like it gets flashback.
Yeah.
So flashback is an alternative cost. And if you can just cast, if you can Quistus Trape and then cast from your graveyard, you can cast stuff for its like alternative cost, like Overload and shit.
Oh, so you could overload a Rift from your bin.
And Cyclonic Rift, you can't do that. Like with Snapcaster, you can't pitch a blue card and pay a life to alternate cast Force of Will, but this you can. But
neat.
This doesn't have
Flash.
So it's like,
But if you could blink it or something in
Yes.
blue, I don't know if you could ever blink a card in blue. You could possibly hypothetically exile a card and force something from the bin.
Or you could go Quistus Trape. Hey, I have a Force of Will in my graveyard, so when you try to stop my game-winning spell, I can actually counter it from my graveyard.
That's pretty fun.
And it doesn't need to have flash. You just have to like plan for it, which makes it not as good because you're giving away information.
Yeah.
But it already costs 3, so it isn't as good.
Yeah.
So fuck you.
I think it's a cool card, though. You'll see some play. I don't know if it's in my list for tomorrow or not. I just read it the other day.
Is Altros Obnoxious Octopus?
Of course, Altros, the Obnoxious Octopus, is in there, man. I think that's a terrible card. I really do. But I'm so excited to see it show up in decks, and I'm so excited to have one in my greasy little hand.
Yes. There are a couple Octopus and Kraken cards. Oh, Summon Leviathan. That was the card I was actually thinking about. It's a Saga 6/6 Leviathan with Ward 2 for 6.
Sure.
Okay, this is good. Chapter 1, return each creature that isn't a Kraken, Leviathan, Merfolk, Octopus, or Serpent to its owner's hand.
Neat.
Let's put it right in the frickin' Sea Creatures deck, Sea Monsters deck. And this is like...
or the Merfolk deck.
Poor man's frickin' Cyclonic Rift, because that's a game changer in my decks at 2.
Yeah.
Boom, baby.
Yeah,
and all of your Merfolk that like give shit Island Walk and your Ula's Temple shenanigan, all the shit, this is included in that because it says Merfolk on it.
Yep.
I like this card. And until end of turn, this is chapter 2 and 3. Until end of turn, whenever a Kraken, Leviathan, Merfolk, Octopus, or Serpent attacks, never mind damage, attacks, you draw a card.
I'm going to have to get one of those for Coma.
Yes. Because Coma coils are serpents, aren't they?
That's right.
Frick. This card's good. You'll be drawing cards like it's your...
Like it's my job.
Yeah.
Not even my part-time job, full-time job.
Full-time job. You're going to get like one of these fancy ones?
If I do, I will get a fancy art one, yeah.
It's a whole $1.90. I don't know if you can afford it.
I mean, hey man, I did get my box today.
Oy.
So I can't afford much.
How's your freaking ass?
Let me tell you, I had water soup for lunch today.
Yeah.
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 Didn't even heat it up. I just put water in a pot.
Couldn't even afford crunchy water soup. That's ice cubes.
That's right.
That's soggy ice soup. Oh my God.
Man,
Had to stand outside with my head tilted up towards the sky and let it rain in my mouth. That's how poor I am.
We're just like scrolling through black cards. Like, yeah, there's fucking.
Oh yeah, scrolling through black cards. There's good cards, but you know what? Black, I really felt it was like, oh, this one's a demon. This one's a black mage, which are very good.
Yeah.
This one has to do something with dragons, and I'm like, oh, okay, this is black.
Yeah, sure. They're doing black stuff. There's a Dark Confidant reprint.
Yeah, right in the main set.
Neat.
I guess that's normal, right? If they're gonna do something like that, it's in a special guest slot or it's in the main set.
Yeah, and they did it in the main set. Good on them. That's a cool card. Back into standard for the first time in a while, I think. So that's going to be interesting at least.
Yeah. Yeah. I like Overkill.
Man, I love Overkill. I like that card.
Yeah, okay, give it a read.
Overkill is an instant for black 2. Target creature gets -0, -9,999 until end of turn. That kills everything.
Everything that you can target.
Yes.
Is 9,999 the most damage you can take in Final Fantasy?
Under most circumstances, yes. There are very few. There are minuscule amounts of times when you can do more.
Okay.
But goddamn, that's pretty cool. I just like that.
Yeah.
You're gonna cook somebody's goat. What do you think of this mother? I think he might be on my list for tomorrow. But
oh, Vincent Valentine.
Yeah,
it sounds like he's in adult films.
He is the most. I think he might be the most jerk off character that I've ever seen. Like whoever invented that wants to be Vincent
more than Sephiroth.
Yes, more than Sephiroth.
The card or the dude? Oh, look at this frickin' 44 mag, hey?
He's like
Clint Eastwood's going to play him in the next movie.
He's like he's a vampire spy ninja who has a gun and turns into a chainsaw-wielding maniac that wears a hockey mask. A crazy demon that's on the backside of this card.
So he's Casey from Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, he's Casey from Ninja Turtles. He's Jason Voorhees. He's a vampire ninja spy. Like he's everything amazing. And he had his own spin-off game.
His own spin-off game?
Yeah, his own spin-off game.
You ever play it?
Yeah, it was actually quite good.
Oh, yeah, I totally played it all the time, too. Yeah.
Third-person shooter. It was a fun game. It was legitimately a fun game.
Oh.
Dirge of Cerberus. It was quite good.
I like the card right beside it. Vincent's Limit Break. Yeah, this is going into my Alenda the Dusk Rose deck.
Of course it is.
Yeah, of course it is. It's another one with tiered. It's an instant, mind you. Black 1, tier 0, or tier 1, I guess, is 0 extra mana, and until end of turn, target creature you control gains. When this creature dies, it comes back tapped with whatever power and toughness, depending on what tier you pick.
Okay.
And for 0 extra mana, my Alenda will come back as a 3/2. So if it immediately dies again, I'll get 3 guys. If I pay 1 extra, it comes back as a 5/2. If I pay 3 extra, so 5 total, it gets reanimated instantly, dies and ETBs, and if it dies again, it'll give me 7 guys because it comes back as a 7/2.
Pretty good.
I like that. It's kind of like a counterspell for a removal spell. It kind of auto pumps Alenda. If I can give Alenda haste, I can swing for 7 maybe.
It's pretty good, man.
Yeah. Yeah. It's pretty good.
Dece card.
Did you?
More like Dece nuts, am I right?
Yeah.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, I got you back.
I appreciate that.
I hope that the microphone picked up. Me and Gary were exactly on the same pitch too.
Yeah, they must have. They're very good microphones.
Do you have any red cards? Like I've done a couple throwaway cards that are only cool to me. Do you have any red cards like that? I was going to ask you.
Nibbleheim of Flame.
Nibbleheim of Flame.
Yep. There's all sorts of reasons why I like this card. One,
I want to get Nibbleheim to Flamed. Oh my god.
It goes right into my Terralf deck.
Okay.
It does lots of damage. It's kind of a Chandra's Ignition. Actually, I think it is exactly Chandra's Ignition, except it has flashback.
Oh.
But it also has one of the big.
Hold on, let me give it a read.
Okay.
Red 2 sorcery. Choose target creature you control. It deals damage equal to its power to each other creature, not player.
Okay.
Yeah. If this spell was cast from your graveyard, discard your hand and draw 4.
And then it's got flashback for 7.
Yeah. Hey, I don't hate that.
So I'm going to stick that into Terralf because
Yes.
that's what I'm doing anyway. And then in the art, it's like the big iconic scene where Sephiroth has burned down Cloud and Tifa's hometown. And he's like standing in the fire and he like turns around all epic like while Cloud's all laying there all fucked up. It's like, I'm a wuss. I can't do nothing. I'm laying here, but I'm not dead somehow.
Is he a wuss?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Huge. He's a huge.
Are
piece of
people on the internet going to get mad at you for that?
No, it's what happens.
Oh.
If you don't know that Cloud was a big wimp at that time in his life, then you haven't played the game and you should because it's a very fun game.
Oh.
But then he turns around and kind of gives him the like sinister eyes and like walks away into the fire. It's pretty cool.
Into the fire?
Yeah.
Doesn't he get burned?
No, because he's too badass. He's so emo that
Mm.
him not having a mom that loved him enough gives him protection from fire. Later on, he gains protection from radiation because his dad was mean to him.
That doesn't. Whoa, that's fantastical.
I know.
What else? What else do you got for red?
It's very fantasy. I like the little cactus guy, Sabotender.
Sabotender is a 2/1 for 2 with reach. Whenever a land you control enters, this creature deals 1 to each opponent. I actually might play that card.
That's a cool card. I like that lots. It goes in lands decks, and it's a funny little plant guy. And he has reach for no reason.
Because he's tall. There's a card. There's a card that does that, but it costs 3 mana. This costs 2 mana.
Precisely.
This is going to go into my lands deck and do me 1 less damage from ad nauseam. Land deck gets a little bit better.
See?
That's important.
It's a good card.
Did they definitely just rip off Sandworm from like 25 different movies?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's all I needed to know.
It's a terrible boss fight in Final Fantasy V also. Triple Triad, baby. We're going to talk about that one tomorrow for sure. Not right now.
Triple Triad.
Oh, that's going to be good. I'm going to tell you all about Triple Triad on the show, too. You're going to be like, what the fuck is this all about? This is ridiculous. That's what you're going to say. That's what you're going to say. I will point out Barts and Boko, because he's the only Final Fantasy V character that got any love at all. And I think he's going to go into the Burb deck that they're sort of pushing for Commander. And I would say maybe for like limited or maybe standard, do you think? They're pushing it hard.
I have a bird deck, and it's Azorius, and it's Gwaihir from Lord of the Rings. But now all bird decks should be Bant decks.
Yeah.
And they should have green in them, and that would make them better. And I go, shucks.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that on the show tomorrow, too. I got the guy. But I want to point out Barts and Boko because he's pretty cool, and he's a good main character.
Yeah. Do you like the ancient Adamantoys?
Adamantoys? I know that's a big T. Coates favorite.
Yeah, because the
Coates
turtle,
loves
he's
that thing.
He's at 820.
Yeah. 820.
820.
Still dies from overkill, for the record.
Yes.
Yes, overkill still kills him.
Yeah, very much so.
But he actually is pretty cool. There's all sorts of combos with him where you just can't die.
Just dumpster him. Just take frickin' 20. Everybody's going to fight him. He doesn't even care.
Just prevent damage to him, and all of a sudden you're invincible.
Yes, because he takes all your damage.
That's right.
Yes, you put Pariah on him and then just like... No, Pariah makes him take all your damage.
Yes.
He already does that.
He already does take all your damage. You got to put something like protection from creatures or something on him, and then he'll...
Unquestioned authority.
Yeah, or indestructible.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Right, just...
Yeah, for the record, Overkill would still get him.
Yes. Yes, Overkill still gets him, which is pretty good.
I like that card. I like that card. Okay, what about artifacts?
Should we talk about Jumbo Cactar again? No. He does do 10,000 damage, though. Biggest creature in Magic history.
It's not even lots. He's a 1/7. He's not the biggest creature. I'm looking at what's printed on the card. Look at his stupid mustache.
Hang on, there's...
You got another...
We want to talk about my people. I want to talk about Pooh Gourmet. Because we are both friends and enemies. Because I think he is, or she is a frog. But she also likes to eat frogs.
Oh, that's kind of weird.
But she also makes frogs. So if you make tokens, in addition to all of the tokens you made, you also get a frog.
Kind of like Shatter Gang, Fang, Shatter.
Yes.
The squirrel guy.
Yes.
Like
Shatter
that,
Fang.
Except for frog.
Just like that, except you make frog instead of squirrel. I think I like cards like that. I do like cards like that. Where you make a treasure token and a frog. You make a blood token and a frog.
Peregrine Took is like that too. You make token plus food.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like things that do stuff like that because they go right into lots of different decks. And usually it makes like a funny little token. And hopefully I can find a frog token because I'm excited about that.
Well, if there's frog tokens in a modern day set, they're going to give you one. You might have to make one. Uh-oh.
Look out.
Yeah. Arties. Got any Arties? Because all of like the freaking multicolored ones are legendary.
Yeah, they're all legends. And
like every one, hey?
I think maybe, yeah.
Every one. And then everybody's talking about Blitzball, I think, right? Add 1 to your mana pool, and you can sacrifice to draw 2, but only if your opponent was dealt damage by a legendary creature.
I haven't heard anybody talking about it, but maybe they are. What's that ability called, Ryan? Yeah, you walked right into that one. I was going to let you wait. I was going to let you off.
Nope.
There you go.
I don't want to keep doing it.
I like Buster Sword. I think that's a cool one.
It does follow the sword convention. Actually, it doesn't.
No, it doesn't at all.
No, it doesn't.
Costs 3
yeah, it
equips for
does.
2. That's the same.
That's the sword convention.
It
yeah.
gives +3/+2, which is
It's a bigger sword. Look at it.
it is very large. And then whenever equipped creature deals combat damage to a player, draw a card. Then you can cast a spell from your hand with mana value equal to or less than, it's less than the damage you dealt for free.
I don't hate that.
That's pretty fucking good. It's a good card.
Yeah.
Extended arts of those foil, $100.
Oh yeah, because weep stuff.
Yep.
Hashtag weep stuff.
Because Buster Sword, yeah, it's
Yeah.
some shit.
I like how. Okay, answer me this, then we'll go to the real show.
Okay.
Okay, there's a card called Excalibur II.
Uh-huh.
Is that because it's called that? Or is it we already have a card called Excalibur and they fucking printed another one? I don't know the answer to this question.
In actual Final Fantasy lore, one of the best, strongest swords you can get is Excalibur, for the reasons that you are aware of, because King Arthur and all that.
Yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Then Excalibur II is
Oh.
one of the legendary fabled swords, and it's in Final Fantasy IX, and it's like Steiner's ultimate weapon. But there's also another sword called Excalibur, and it's like the worst sword you can get.
Excalibur, that's the one that we'd fucking
Yeah,
get.
right? That's probably the exact one that we would get. So, but it's some shit. Let's talk about this last one. I want to talk about this too.
I want to equip my Parhelion 2 with my Excalibur 2 when it's vehicled, when it's crewed.
I want that to happen too.
Is that like...
I want that for you.
Is that like...
Twoception? Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah. Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Poo Poo UFO?
Yes.
Oh, too bad it wasn't 2-2 UFO. Then we'd have 2 and 2 and 2 and 2.
Oh, you can use your
Oh.
2/2 UFO to.
Poo Poo on you.
There you go. It's a flying 0/4 for 2.
I
You
like
can-
it already.
You can tap it to put a land from your hand into play.
Sure.
That's neat. And then you can pay 3 until end of turn. This creature has base power equal to the number of lands you have.
Number
towns you have, sorry.
Towns you have. Oh, that's less good.
We're going to talk about towns tomorrow. Too.
Okay.
We're going to talk about them tomorrow.
Yes.
Because they've built a commander deck in the set, kind of like they did in Assassin's Creed, where you have like, here's the assassin deck.
Mm-hmm.
They've done that here, where I think that they were like, hey, we're sorry for taking away Golos, but they're not really sorry. So we're going to give you this kind of less good analog.
You know, I don't hate that.
Yeah.
I think that it provides a little bit of like they're telling you that this is the power level that they want you to play at. Like, this is kind of what will be fun. Trust us, we know what we're doing.
Yeah.
We're all professional game designers and Magic players, and we care about it having fun because that's what is exciting,
Yeah.
right? So use what we're telling you, not what's banned.
Yeah.
I don't mind that.
And I actually think that, and again, we'll talk about this more in depth tomorrow. If you know who we're talking about, you can be entered to win a CCO sticker pack, CCO token pack, or a plain old shit bag pack full of magic.
Oh, yeah. And if you're watching on YouTube, which you should be, you would see that I don't have my regular computer again. Not because I forgot it, but because the battery's dead. And my phone over beside producer Gary charging, so I can't look up last week's winner. So
We'll get you next week.
we'll get you on the flip-flop, everybody.
All sorts of winners are going to win. Now, before we go to the real show, we do have to talk about one more thing because we might not have time tomorrow.
Man, there's lots of towns.
Oh, yeah. Then we're going to talk about that tomorrow for sure. I just want to mention one thing just in case we don't have time. The basics in this set,
Yes?
there's 16 of them because there's 1 wastes, and there's 3 of each other basic type.
Okay.
I really, really like that each game got a basic. I think that's cool. Remember we talked about it on our like preview and speculation show. Where it's like, how are they going to do this? What are they going to do for like the basics? And I think what they did was actually really, really cool. And the games that I'm really familiar with, I recognize all of these places for the games that I'm familiar with.
Oh.
Right? Which is, I think they did a really good job, and I didn't have any idea at all what they were going to do.
Yep.
And they surprised me very pleasantly. And I wanted to give a shout out to the artists and the design team that did a very, very good job with that.
Yeah, I think that the lands look like Magic lands and high fantasy lands, and they don't say like Fallout did, this is Fallout.
Except for that one.
Except for that one, yeah.
Yeah,
That one that one actually says this is Fallout to me.
Yeah, the planes with the highway just
Yeah.
says Fallout to me.
Yes. Yeah. What I mean is they don't say this is Final Fantasy. These are your lands for your Final Fantasy. They don't say that to me. There's nothing saying like Final Fantasy New Vegas on it. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
Yeah. They
these
just
are
look
just
like
some-
Magic card lands.
There's some cool lands, like the volcano. Oh, I'll play this with my
Yeah.
dragons because it's got volcanoes on it.
Yeah.
I think that's neat. I just wanted to point those out because I forgot to do it every week up until now. So I'm going to do it now while it's in my brain.
Yeah. Stop forgetting so much stuff.
Can't. Too much brain damage.
Ah, that's true.
Mhm,
Yes.
Too many concussos.
Yeah, don't hit your head, kids. Wear a helmet. $4.95.
Man, we're getting
Is
up
that
there.
where we're at?
That's where we're at.
Hit our theme song?
Brr, brr.